Hey, this is Brook. I've been having fun with my students this week, telling them some funny stories about the bands I used to play in when I was about 19, 20, 21, and up to about 25 or so. I play as a fill-in with different bands or a member of a band. And these were usually led by a guy that would strum the chords and sing and entertain and keep the band together, keep the show going. That was his skill. And I was more of a follower. I'm the lead guitar guy and just kind of sort of decorating his songs. So I needed that kind of leader or a mentor, and they knew all the songs. I just was like, what? I would just follow the chord progression basically. So it was really funny. The first band I played with was called Donnie Lee's Country Fever. Donnie played the piano. He's very good. And I learned a lot of songs from him. He was like a kind of a encyclopedia of old country songs. This is like 1981. Then I played with the Larry Allen Show. He was less accomplished, but still a pretty cool guy. He played bass. He did a good Conway Twitty. Then there was Tiny Rockefeller, or was that fellow? I played with him for a few gigs. He was kind of a character. They were all characters. That's what made it fun. Tony, I can't remember his name. The Tony Wayne Show. Played with him. Played with PJ Wynn and a guy named Buck. What was that band? Second Connection. And these guys could all, maybe they could do a little maybe. That's like the break. That song signals as break time. And I would just go. Sort of that style. But usually they were more just kind of strumming. And the popular keys of guitar, which I've said many times, are E, A, D, and G. Add a C. And you've got, let's see, that's 4 or 5 keys, which kind of gives us the caged system, which is very good. Sometimes, they get freaky and play in the key of F. Not much. Or maybe a B. So that gives you 5, 6, 7 keys. Never like B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. None of that weird stuff. It was always the good keys, so. But Dick Hewlett and the Outriders. So I played with a lot of these singer country strummer guys, and they were real cool guys, but they were kind of limited to just playing, usually in the first 3 or 4 frets, which is fine. So there's that kind of player, and you should know that. You should know how to drive a song. Like Dick Hewlett played in the key of A. He'd do this truck driving man song, like pour me another cup of coffee, for it is the best in the land, and put another quarter in the jukebox and play a truck driving man. It was just ADE or 6 days on the road and I'm not gonna make it home tonight. Just kind of everything was in A. It was fun. Or we do Can't You See? Can't you see what that woman's been doing to me? Or a lot of Waylon and Willie. Maybe some George Jones. A lot of Conway Twitty. That guy was always cool. Like we'd do something. Maybe if we did it in the right key, it'd be people see us everywhere. They think you really care. But it's only make-believe. Sort of that song really has some momentum. It's pretty cool. It's only make-believe. Or we would do Johnny Be Good, or not a lot of Johnny Cash though. A couple of Chuck Berry songs, maybe. That's like really rocking, like when you want to get crazy, you do Johnny Be Good. It's like, wow. But a lot of maybe Statler Brothers or Alabama. Alabama was like the new sound, so that was, cutting edge. The new country hadn't even happened yet. This was still kind of old time. So it was really fun. So anyway, I'm just saying it's important to be a chord player that can drive that song. At my school, we teach a little bit of that, quite a bit, chords, and I also teach the lead guitar if you're ready for it. If you want to play some leads, I'm always into it. Here's one that we would cover. Check this out. Yeah, the House of the Rising Sun. That's kind of I don't know if it's 6/8. It's kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got that weird 3 feel. And it was fun to watch people dance to that. Or we do a lot of slow songs or even waltzes. Old time Waltz Across Texas or something. Or what was that one? I can't remember. The Blue Skirt Waltz or polkas. At the time, I'm like, man, this is not cool. This is so uncool. I was so embarrassed sometimes, but I'm like, still got to do it because, man, it paid cash. But, yeah, man. So I feel that those guys they kind of limited themselves by staying with those simple chords. I wish they would have maybe kept pushing into more bar chords or other keys, or maybe learned the riffs and stuff. But that's what it is. So with my students, if I see them really locking into only strumming chords, I'm like, let's try to work up the neck and, maybe find the A notes. Like here's an exercise where we go. Find all the A notes, then find all the D notes. Find them quick, the E notes. That might give you something to do. Just start working up the neck. So that was A notes, D notes, E notes. Just a recommendation. Basically, I believe that you can organize the guitar like this. E, A, D, G, based on the 4 heaviest strings. E, key of E is almost your top choice for rock and roll. A, another good rock and roll or country key. Key of D, kind of a bright, folky, country, kind of a different kind of key. D, they all have a different kind of mood. Key of G, kind of a real strummy. G is kind of a bubbly key. Key of C is a very good key. So that does cover the caged system, only in a different order. E, A, D, G, and C. That would be the keys most of those kind of country scrubber type guys would play in. But if you can get into like F and B, you're expanding. You're on the right track if you can play in the key of F or B. So just a little random discussion that I'm having with my students this week. Having a lot of fun. We're just, I'm seeing if they can kind of start working up the neck with some maybe lead guitar stuff. We might work on sort of like, we're doing some like super soul in C, like. working on those patterns. You know, that kind of playing really, because I could do that, even though it really wasn't my first, I was more into like Kiss or the Sex Pistols or the Clash or Boston or Aerosmith or Ted Nugent or something, or Blue Oyster Cult were the bands I kind of dug. Anything. I'd play anything. James Gang, Tommy Bolin, I'd play anything. But I could kind of convert over into this kind of super soul country sound. And that made thus, which was really important to me, I could get paid. I could get cash, man. I mean, if you made $50 playing a gig back then, you were pretty good shape. You know, if you could do 2 of those a week or 1 a week, $50, man, you had money in your pocket. So sometimes I even got a little more, but rarely. I used to play one band, I'd get like 85. I'm like, that was astronomical pay. So knowing how to go up the neck and play those fills, I'm just saying it was very valuable to me. And so I try to teach that to my students. A lot of them don't care. They're like, what are you talking about? Why would I want to play a gig or, get paid? I don't know. I'm not sure what motivates people, but guitar is pretty darn cool. All right, I'm rambling, and I got to get off to the school to teach more lessons, and I'm excited. First, I got to mail out a couple of records and a couple of books. I do have 2 books I've created. One is called Fun Things to Practice on Guitar That Sound Cool. The other one's called Guitar Chords, and I have a few albums I've released, CDs and vinyl. So if you want to talk about any of that stuff, just email me at hooverguitar@yahoo.com, or you can check out on our Bandcamp site, Surf Zombies Bandcamp, or I have links in the description of the video. All right, keep practicing and keep your mind open for different genres, different styles. Try to play the whole neck. Work on your scales and just let me know if you need any help with that. I can reinforce most of what I'm talking about here. Okay, keep rocking and thanks. See ya.